and knowing and fearing the very real realities that I can't save all of them. I can't stop all of them from experiencing the inevitable violences in the world in which we live in. And I think that that's hard. And it's a similar feeling, I think, that Black parents feel as it relates to their Black child. Like, as much as I want to try and protect you from everything, I can't. You know? Which is hard.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I have thought about, especially a study that was done that shows that students of color face higher rates of discipline within classrooms. I think about the ways in which we culturally show up in a classroom. We are storytelling people, we are narrative people, we naturally like to talk, we naturally like to dialogue, and that is something that is problematized for Black and brown children. And it's problematized for Black and brown children in a way that it's not problematized for our white counterpart. And so I think about, what does it mean for me as a administrator that is responsible for coaching teachers? How do I help them interrogate their implicit bias around the ways that they police or restrict our Black and brown students from engaging in that dialogue?
Absolutely. And I think a part of my work then is equipping students with the tools to navigate those instances, right? Because I think oftentimes people think about anti-Blackness in a way that is removed from the everyday interpersonal interactions, which is just not helpful. It's not a helpful analysis, because actually when a child is consistently removed from a class or has a particular experience because of their inability to emotionally regulate, which is developmentally appropriate. However, it's showing up in a way that is informed by their Blackness and informed by their cultural norms. I constantly am having conversations with kids that come to me like, Miss Williams, like, you know, like I need to advocate for myself. And I always feel so empowered by that, because I know that I taught them that language. I know that I constantly tell students, yes, I am a school administrator, and I recognize you do not have the best relationships historically with school administrators. And I am a school administrator that looks like you and believes that you should be able to advocate for yourself in appropriate ways. And I use that language because they will have to navigate an anti-Black world. And what does it look like to yield outcomes that you want and not burn bridges, right? And I think telling them from experience, because I was definitely the kid that, and I told you this, like that would get up and walk up to the front of the classroom, and I'm telling the teacher, you're teaching it wrong. You're not teaching it. Right? And so I was in school suspension every single day. Like, I'm not speaking to these kids from like a removed position of like, I was y'all. Like, I was in trouble every day. My mom could tell you. She was tired of hearing from my dean. But how empowering it would it have been if, one, I had at least one educator that looked like me in my building, which I didn't. And two, if that educator believed that the skill set that I had, the tools that I had, my advocacy, my ability to articulate myself, if they affirmed that as tools that were useful in navigating the system.